And welcome back to the Curbcast. I'm your host, Asher King Orlando.
And I'm your other host, Tim.
Tim. Welcome back, Tim.
Long
time no see.
Long time no see. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on.
We've been missing you.
But I'm back.
We're back, baby.
And I'm here to stay.
We're here at the Jim and Linda Lee Performance Arts Center on Yavapai College's main campus, and we're here for the 15th Annual Prescott Film Festival. So, just outside having a great time.
Yeah. The weather's nice.
Yeah, it was raining earlier.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to get shut down.
It was off and on raining pretty much the whole time we were shooting, I feel like. Or like half of it.
But we're the Curbcast. We're still here. We're still
don't scare
alive.
us.
Rain ain't going to send us home. So, to all of our listeners, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you.
This is episode, number 15?
Which is
That is crazy.
that it lines up with the 15th Film
Right?
Fest.
Episode 15 for the 15th Annual Prescott Film Festival. It just works so perfectly. Now, before we hop into this episode, we're going to shout out our sponsors first and make sure that they get the love. Axiom Hi-Fi Entertainment, which is your local entertainment business that provides high-quality live music and lighting DJ services, whatever you need to make your event feel special. Go ahead and get a hold of them through Instagram or Facebook with a DM.
And I'd also like to thank Digital Realm Studios. They are a local film and music production studio dedicated to putting out exceptional work for any of your video or audio needs. If you want it done right, reach them through their social media platforms at DRS_film video or look up Digital Realm Studios to reach them.
As well as our host, Yavapai Community College, which equips students with excellent education all over Yavapai County. They provide 4-year degree programs as well as career technical education at affordable prices for anyone all over Yavapai County.
As well as Prescott Tire Pros. Prescott Tire Pros are the go-to automotive mechanics for any and all of your needs, with great customer service and a wide range of provided service. Trust Prescott Tire Pros.
And with that all being said, I'd say we're ready to get into this.
Yeah.
We have Pepe Serna.
Serna. Sorry.
Yeah, Pepe
Ser-
Serna. Coming on to share about his life and his books, as well as some of the projects he had up in the film festival. So we're going to hop right into that
let's jump
after
in,
the
guys.
quick break. And we'll see you in just a second. All right, and welcome back to the Curbcast. We got our first guest, but first, I have another host here as well to introduce himself. Long time no see, right?
Hey guys, it's me, Tim. I'm back.
Back again, and our guest, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Pepe Serna and Angel from Scarface, the chainsaw. And I say that because that's
Might be
most
what
recognizable.
Might be what you're better known for. I love
Yeah.
it. So you're an actor, right? You were an actor, film producer.
Yeah, mostly an actor and mostly a husband.
Oh,
with my
I love
wife,
it.
They took me to my wife's door the first 24 hours I was in Hollywood, 56 years ago. And we've only been apart 22 days since.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of woman
Wow.
you got to look for, man, because you got to be scared of your woman. Otherwise, you will grow up to be a big fool.
Right on. I love it. I love that. That is amazing. 22 days apart. That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
In 56 years.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
yeah.
That's
That's beautiful.
yeah, right?
That's a great thing.
That's a great story. So you guys met through Hollywood or
I had done the production of Hair in Mexico, and my friend, who was an Acapulco Beach boy, was a friend of my wife from before, and I ran into him at the Whiskey A Go Go, where I went to the first night after going to see Hair, and he says, "I'm going to take you to meet somebody." And my wife was always at the Whiskey,
Uh-huh.
but she wasn't there that night. So the next morning, I went over and met her. And 6 months later, she came and to my improv group, invited me over for a drink, and I never left because I was homeless at the time. I would clean up at the theaters. I was in improv, and I had 2 different theaters that I would go. But I was homeless, but I was never really homeless because
You were always staying somewhere.
No. Yeah, I was staying someplace inside my body. I was never. Hollywood is where I was coming since I was 3 years old. I knew that was my destination. That's why once I got here, here.
Yeah.
I say here because kids are always asking you guys, how do I get to Hollywood? Says you are in Hollywood. Look at you guys.
Yeah, I know.
You're
Look at
doing
us.
you're doing what you're doing, man, and you're doing this, but this is a movie. What you
Right.
guys are doing and creating, and you can do it from anywhere. Education is the thing. You have to educate yourself.
Right.
And everything you do, you have to any classes that you can do here at the school, and find out about, and any computer classes,
Right.
anything that's state of the art. Get into it. I was a terrible student. But when you go to pepeserna.net, it's my website, and you can see the workshops that I've done and that I do in improv workshops. And they're the best.
You don't have to be a good student to be educated. I love that. I love that
No.
you have to just have the passion. I was just talking about to Gary Sachs on our last episode about how you can want to be there and you can want to get to all these positions. You can want to be in Hollywood, but if you don't have the passion for it, if you don't have the just raw instinct, it's not going to come to you unless you're just really hungry for it.
And that's what improv is organic
Right.
instincts. When we go to our head, and the smarter you are, the worse off you have it, because you're in that. What are the animals? The gerbils that are going around.
Oh
and
yeah,
around,
like a hamster wheel.
Hamster, hamster wheel.
Yeah.
You're just tripping in your own head, man. Just get out. The minute you can stop judging yourself is when you can stop judging others. And when you can stop judging others, it's when you can stop judging situations and saying, "Oh wow, they're too loud." Oh, and then get out of your own way.
Right.
You know, and you have an instinct, do it. You know, and don't be afraid. I know
Yeah.
you guys aren't afraid.
You got to trust yourself.
Yeah, and where did you said you're back? Where were you? How?
I was just dealing, so I had some, there was just some family stuff going on, as well as I did get sick. But I'm back now, and I want to make up that lost time because I really did miss out on a lot.
Well, in your vernacular, then it's time for you to get really sick.
So, Pepe, do you have a certain... I was reading through your book, which is outstanding, has some beautiful art. It's called Life is Art. Pepe Serrana, right?
Pepe Serna.
Serna. For all of our listeners. And go check out your website, right?
Yeah, pepeserna.net is where you can see the workshops I've done, my artwork. I'm an artist. Everybody is an artist.
Right.
Everybody is a performer.
Absolutely.
And they say, do I want to create actors? I said, no, I want people to find out who they are.
Right.
Because it's not, whatever you're going to do in life, you're selling something, right? But when you're selling something, the reality is that you're not selling anything. Your job is to find out what somebody needs.
Right.
And it may not be that you're the one who's going to cash out on it.
Very true.
It might be for him. It was what's in it for me? What's in it for me? What's in it for you is that you're doing somebody
a service,
a service, and what's the terminology of the day? What's the terminology when you say not a good one, but a solid, a solid, a solid. That's it.
I love it. I love it. Is there a specific moment in your career, out of all the movies and the TV shows that you've done, that really just speaks to you? There a moment that calls a memory back and you think about that time very fondly?
Well, my first time on stage was my godfather's boxing ring. I was watching guys shadow box. So I went up there and acting like I was shadow boxing and accidentally knocked myself out on purpose, and everybody laughed. And so I did it again.
Yeah.
And nobody laughed the second time because it's only funny the first time.
It only takes
So
one.
then 3 years later, I'm 6 years old, and we move into a new neighborhood where there's a doctor next door who's throwing a birthday party for his daughter, and he invited us over and shot it on 8mm film.
Uh-huh.
And so that was 75 years ago. And
Your
so
first
I saw
movie.
myself, and my mother would take me to all the Mexican movies, golden age of cinema in Mexico, some of the best movies ever, great cinema, everything. Not that I knew anything about cinematography, but they were just great stories. And so I saw myself on screen, and so now I'm a movie actor.
Right.
I was a stage actor at 3, now at 6 I'm a movie actor, and I always bought into it. I was terrible in school, but I was always representing the school in drama and the one-act plays and the one-man and comedy, and it's just, what is it? What's your passion, you know? Like everybody's heard,
Yeah.
if you do what you love, you never have to work a day in your life. But
True that.
if you're going to get to that place, you better be ready to work your butt off, because it's not 8 to 5.
No.
8 to 5 does not work. It's got to be like, man, and it's and you know, like your parents say, don't hang out with that guy. You know, he's bad news, and don't hang. And but that's my buddy.
Yeah.
But they know, they've been around, and they know that's. And who do you have to hang out with?
Right.
Hang out with the people that love to do what you love to do, because that's how you're going to learn.
And people who are smarter than you. If you're in a room where you're the smartest person, go find a new room. That's what I've always been told, is that if you want to succeed and get better at whatever you're doing, whether it's acting, whether it's singing, whether it's making film, whether it's being an accountant, whatever it is, if you're only around people who look up to you, who do you have to look up to? You want someone to push you and motivate you.
Yeah, and that's it. It's just like, and then the other thing, going back to the improv, is the organic.
Yeah.
That impulse. You're never wrong. Your impulse is never wrong, man. It's how the greatest songwriters, you've heard it time and time again. Is I don't know where it came from. You know, I don't know where that song came from. Some guys can write them in 15 minutes, and other songs take 2 years.
Right.
You know, and my thing was always improv and having the freedom to do anything. And I've been teaching improvisation workshops, and I'm trying to get to come back here to see if I can do some workshops with the senior citizens to do storytelling about somebody from their family. That's how I did my one-man show, is El Ruco Chuco Cholo Pachuco. It's the Zoot Suiters from the 40s. You know, you saw Mask with Jim Carrey with that outfit. That's the Zoot suit. But the Mexican Americans in Hollywood, they were wearing them, and they cost $300 to $500 back then. And so, but it was the radio, the prejudice against that. So I created a guy who goes to prison in 42, and all his imaginary offspring all go to prison. So I do all the characters. But it's mostly in verse.
So you're telling those stories through improv.
No, well, it's not through improv. No, I've written them. But they did come from characters that I had created in improv, or poetry. Because it's like poetry. So one of them is a character, is a young cholo rapper. He says, "Hey, yo, check this out. My name is COOL, cool. 2, raw." And that's cultura in the house, yo. Say yeah. As a teen in jeans while in a dream, eating ice cream, I was told that if I learned how to tap into my rap, my life would be celebrated. You know, like.
Right?
No, I ain't even done. No, but wait for the rest of it. I said, well, eating ice cream and drinking. And where was I? See, never get thrown off because you're there. As a teen, you know, I was in a dream eating ice cream, but let me see what happened. So it's not about how much time it took me. So. It's how much time it's going to take me to get back. As a teen in jeans while in a dream eating ice cream, I was told that if I learned how to tap into my rap, my life would be celebrated. You know, like, hey, yo, And then, man, see, this is an interesting thing because this never happens to me where I throw myself off or I get thrown off. And it's not anything you did because I should be, right, oh, so if I don't have tap into my left, you know, like, hey, yo, look at me.
Oh,
I'm on TV, I'm in the movies, but that was not to be because I was totally jaded. The whole world I hated. It was overrated. How could I be elated? My spirit was so deflated. My mind and body was an empty shell, well on its way to hell. My soul, I would have traded not to have been incarcerated. This smut was in a rut. The cell door slammed shut. I would rather have been dead. The deafening sound erupted in my head for the first time in my life. I was locked up in a cage. I turned in a rage and screamed, "Get me the hell out of this cage. Get me the hell out of this cage." Mijo, yo soy tu abuelo, el brujo curandero, levitating in the corner on the shoulders of your ancestors. That's right. That's your grandparents. And they've asked me to bring you messages from the past so that you might well better find your way into the future. I am a sage. Welcome to my stage. At your age, you might consider learning a little bit about your rage. Oh, rage is the devil letting you know he's right here. Anytime you want to show them who's boss, you want to take a look at your rage? Here, take a look into the Toltec smoking mirror. No, deeper. You have to look much deeper. You have to bypass this superficial physical plane and fly directly through the metaphysical rain. Close your eyes. Let it wash over you. See, it's stuck somewhere between your heart and your rib cage. If and when you're ready to disengage from your self-imposed cage of rage, go ahead and turn the page. Hey, turn the page. It's your story, Morning Glory. You're the one writing the book.
That was the coolest thing I think that has ever happened on my podcast. You wrote that?
Yeah,
And that's something that you have just put in your heart and the back of your mind and just.
Oh no, because I do
held
different
it,
parts of it. Because it went from 3 characters, 1.5 minutes each, to 30 characters in 2.5 hours.
Whoa.
So they wrote. Oh, I'd play all the parts in it, but not that it would have to be, you know. But
So, sorry, you did this for 3 hours straight? Did you?
oh, 2.5 hours. I did it the first time I did it. I did have a script, but it was in a club in Corpus Christi, my hometown, and the music, people were drinking. It was at a bar, but I just went right straight through it because like I got thrown off from my memory thing like with that. But you just come back to it instead of like just shut up, man. Just let me do what I'm, you know. Like
Right.
don't
Just
go there,
collect.
man. It's just
You
if
just
what
collected
happens.
yourself.
You just get it, because there's a bunch of them, and then what happens to him later in the story, and it wasn't the way because it wasn't linear, and this is real quick. He says, "Kipataya yippee, kipataya oh. My name is Bubba Joe Jr. Sanchez, and I am a rootin', tootin', straight shooting son of a gun. I am a triple threat icon. I am a Tex icon, Mex icon, Americon. It's the Mexican millionaire's millennium. I am rich, and I want to help get you all out of the poorhouse. Rich people, we say, I made it happen. Poor people say what happens, happens. It's meant to be. Lo que quiere Dios, whatever God wills. Well, my God told me, in no uncertain terms, that what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Amigos, I'm here to inspire you, inmigrantes, estudiantes, profesionales, to learn to speak, read, and write in English y Español, English and Spanish. Because in order to beat the gringo at bingo, you got to learn the lingo. Comprendez-vous, dinero? And he's all about, that goes on and on about dinero, do, re, mi, money. You got to make money, lots of money, honey mula. So you can take your chula to Hawaii and dance a hula hula. Aloha. And so it's all about why language
Yeah.
is so important,
Uh-huh.
right? So it just, and anyway, it just goes on and on.
Did you get an inspiration from someone to
Just
do
my
this,
whole
or
life.
was it is this purely
No,
just
no,
you?
no.
This is just
It's
you.
like if I'm gonna say, ask me a great thing to do. I've been teaching these improv. You go to my, and you'll see some of the workshops that I've done. But if you go and you see that some of the characters, I will use colors, right?
Okay.
So if I do a color, say I'm gonna use the color black. Uh, I was born at the Corpus Christi Naval Base on July 23rd, 1944, during the theater of war, they called it. And then now, if I change it from that color to a sunrise, I would just,
This is my good friend Pepe.
yes, yes.
I got to get those keys from you.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, guys.
No, you're good.
Wow.
It's good to see you again, there, Gary.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to see you
Yeah,
guys.
And we're back from that quick little break. We just had a legendary actor on with us in Pepe Serna. It was one of the coolest interviews we've done.
One of the most insane experiences I've ever seen. I didn't even know a human was capable. This guy is so insanely cool, and I'm so upset that I was unaware of him.
I know. He played in Scarface. I want to say Shootout. There were a couple other movies, hundreds of movies though, and different TV shows. That was just pure raw talent that was sitting down with us.
That was insane.
Yeah, yeah.
Great.
No, that was super cool. And I'm so glad that our listeners got to share that experience with us and just hear his story a little bit. Hopefully, you guys go and check out his website. It was Pepe Serna, www.pepeserna.com. .net. So all of our listeners, go check it out, read his story, buy his book. Just looking through his artwork, because he's also an artist, it was all beautiful, beautiful stuff. He was talking about the suits that the Mexicans used to wear, and he has like paintings on paintings and like imagery of it. It all looks super cool. So I highly suggest, if you haven't gone and researched a little bit about Pepe Serna. I love the way he said it too. Oh gosh, that was so much fun. And unfortunately, we got to wrap that one up. But we're going to be back with another guest here on the Curbcast in just a second for the 15th Annual Prescott Film Festival here at Yavapai. We'll be back in just a second. And we're back with another guest here on the Curbcast for episode number 17 in front of Yavapai College's Jim and Linda Lee Performance Arts Center. And go ahead and introduce yourself to our listeners.
Thank you so much, folks. My name is Ken Arkelio. I'm the writer, director, and I actually play a lead role opposite Pepe Serna, who I know you got to speak to earlier.
Yes.
We had a short film here called Disco Beats.
Okay.
And it screened this morning. We had a great screening, and this is our first time here in Prescott. Actually, I hear you're supposed to say Prescott.
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 That's
All
what
right.
the people say.
You can tell if I'm an outsider if I say Prescott or Prescott. But anyways, it's our first time here in Prescott, and it's a great
Fantastic.
festival. We really had a good time.
Well, welcome to Prescott. We're glad
Thank
that you
you.
guys made it out. And
Thanks for having me.
And you said you were working with Pepe on this short film, or?
Yes, I actually wrote the script for Pepe.
Okay.
I've been aware of Pepe's career. You interviewed him
Right.
earlier, so you know he has a very extensive career in television and film, and I've always admired him from afar.
Right.
And I saw him on a local interview in Palm Springs in California, and I was working on this script. And as soon as I saw him, I thought this is the perfect person for the part.
It's just meant to be.
And I emailed him. I never expected a call. I thought I'd have to go through all kinds of agents and all kinds of layers
Right.
of people. But I emailed him the script and a link to just a couple of things that I've done in the past. And within a half an hour, he gave me a call.
Wow.
And here we are.
That just goes to
Yeah.
show how personable of a guy he is. So,
Pepe
yes.
Serna is, it's not just a name. If you get to know him, it's a way of life.
I love that.
I mean that. The way he conducts himself through life, people at his status don't have to do short films anymore.
Yeah, I know.
They don't have to. I mean, he can retire comfortably, but Pepe wants to give back.
Yeah.
He wants to encourage, younger people, which is one of the reasons I love him too. He calls me a young'un. I'm certainly older than you guys, but as far as Pepe's concerned, I'm a young'un. But I'll tell you a story. The main character in our film has cancer, and a week after I offered Pepe the part and he accepted, we were traveling in a car together, and he had his phone on speakerphone, and it was his doctor calling him, telling him, "Can you please come to the office? Your results are in." And Pepe said, "Well, can we do this over the phone?" She says, No, you have to come in person." He knew
man.
right there that he had cancer because he had getting some cancer screening.
No.
Yes, absolutely. Now, just imagine, I'm offering him this part to play a person who has cancer,
In the script.
and he finds out right before we start filming that he himself has cancer. I was crestfallen.
Yeah.
I thought, of course, selfishly, I thought, oh my goodness, we're going to lose Pepe, and
Right, right.
understandably so. Anyone else, I would certainly understand. But Pepe, without hesitation, I said, "Pepe, if you need to back out," and he says, "No. He said, "It's actually, it's life is art." You saw the title of his book, Life is Art. He said, he actually used this word, life is art. And he thought, this is a perfect way for me to help my character. It's a way for me to inspire other people. He was insistent that he not even keep it a secret. He wanted people on the cast and the crew to know that, hey, I have a serious illness and I'm working through it. We have, of course, went through all these protocols to keep him as healthy. We have masks
Right,
and what
right.
have you. But he just lives his life this way, and it's very inspiring. If you get a chance to see our film, it's a very inspiring film. And surprisingly so, the lesson in the film is exactly the lesson that Pepe is teaching us just by the
Right.
way that he lives his life.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that is so beautiful.
Isn't
That
it?
is such a beautiful story. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Like I feel that
Yes. Yes.
inside me.
Yeah. How can you not?
Yeah.
Yeah. But we filmed in downtown LA over 2 days. He actually, I think he had a cancer treatment either 1 day or 2 days before our first day of filming. And he was on fire. He was on fire.
Yeah.
After the fact, he told me that he crashed a couple days later. I guess anyone who has an illness,
Yeah.
sometimes they have these spikes in energy, and Pepe certainly had a real good spike.
Well, good
during the
timing.
filming. Oh
too,
yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. But fortunately, this was 6 months ago. Pepe's doing much better.
Yes, he looks amazing.
Yeah, he looks great. The last month or so I've seen him, he's gotten all of his color back. His hair's
Yes.
coming back, and you spent time with him. He's a firecracker of a
Yeah,
man.
he's
so-
still sharp, like
Oh, yeah.
sharp as a whip,
Oh, yeah.
and just the characters that he displayed. Oh my gosh.
I didn't even think that was possible.
Mhm.
That is insane.
Yes. Did he do one of the PJs? That Eddie Murphy? Yeah, that's my favorite one. Yeah, he does. He's.
He didn't do Eddie Murphy. I didn't
One of the he played a character in the PJs, which is a animated program that Eddie Murphy produced, and Eddie Murphy did the voices.
Oh.
So, but he probably did a dozen others. But anyways, but yeah, Pepe's he's a jack of all trades. He can do it all.
So
He can do it all.
you were looking for someone to play this part in your short film that
Mhm.
you had been working on,
Mhm.
and you just reached out
Mhm.
to Pepe,
Mhm.
and he answered, and that's kind of how you guys met and
That's how we
started
met.
working together.
Yes.
Is there more that you want to do with Pepe while he's still,
Willing to
working
work with
and-
me.
Yeah, willing to work with you and still.
Exactly. Fortunately for me, we had a great experience. Our film has been well received. This is, I think,
Yeah.
our 9th or 10th film festival.
And where can we watch that film?
Well,
Is there a way that people can watch that film?
Unfortunately, the way film festivals work now, you cannot post your films
Right.
on YouTube or what have you. So once we get through our film festival screening circuit,
Uh-huh.
then we'll be able to do something else with it.
And what was the name of the film again?
Disco Beats.
Disco Beats.
Disco Beats, right. And but to answer your question, we have already decided to expand on the short film.
Oh,
This film takes place in 1979 in Detroit,
Uh-huh.
and it's surrounded around disco music. That's the backdrop.
Oh, I love
And what we're going to do when we expand the film is we want to shoot it in Little Havana in Miami with Cuban salsa music. So, and Pep has already agreed to play the lead role.
I love
So
that.
we're off to the races. We're going to Miami next month just to have some meetings and do some location scouts and what have you. But hopefully next year we'll be back here. We'll have a feature in our.
Yeah,
feature
so you're
ready
going to
go.
try and extend that short that you've been working on out to
Yes.
a full-length feature.
Yep. So the main characters, of course, are there. I played, Pep and my character, Peppa's character. But we're just going to expand on the relationships a little bit more. And if you haven't been to Little Havana in Miami,
Uh-huh.
it's a very vibrant community. There's all kinds of music. You walk down the street, it's like walking down a street in Cuba, which I've never been, but
Yeah.
from what I understand, Little Havana in Cuba is like walking down the street in
Yeah.
Cuba itself. But the
Really?
the music is very the music, the people, the food, everything
Right.
about
The
about the
culture.
community, the culture. That's a great
culture
word.
of
That's a
it,
great word.
yeah.
The culture. So that's what we're going to be doing next.
I love that.
So,
I love
yeah.
that. And you're looking to start as soon as possible, or?
As well as you can imagine, independent filmmakers,
Right.
you have to find your own money.
Yeah.
We have a script already. We already have our concept, of course. The good thing about Disco Beats is it's a calling card. It's it's an example of, look, this is what the film is going to look like. Instead of the disco music, imagine Cuban salsa
Right.
music.
Right.
And of course, we'll be able to expand more just on the exteriors, because the short film Disco Beats takes place in a dance studio, a brick,
Okay.
and a business office. So we're certainly going to have a lot more visual elements.
Yeah. So you're
at our
going to
disposal.
expand the sets
Yes,
of
yes.
where you're going.
Mhm.
Oh, I love
Absolutely,
that. I love
absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
And are you going to try and how are you going to try and push this feature out like to a studio, or do you have an idea?
The typical independent film route is you make the film first.
Right.
Everyone that I've spoken to who's done this before, they say find the distribution element before you actually go into production. So I have a producer that I've worked with a couple times. She worked on
Okay.
this one and another project that I worked with, and she's an expert on doing that. So we hopefully will find, some sort of distribution arm to our production, before we actually get into production, so we know we actually have a platform
Right.
to get our film out there.
I
So,
love that. I love that.
mhm.
Tim, do you have any other questions for Ken here?
Yeah, I was just wondering, still on Pepe, still on the topic of him, because he is such an interesting guy.
Right.
He seems
I
like
can
such-
talk about Pepe all day long, guys.
I just, in my head, I imagine you guys had like a really silly first, what's the word? First
Interaction.
with
Mhm.
each other.
Mm-hmm.
Do you mind telling me? If
No, he has a great sense of humor. I'll tell you one thing. He's aside from his personality, he is a pro. He's
Yeah.
a total pro. Our production was a union production, so you can't always rehearse with your actors as much as you want to.
Right.
Pepe offered to rehearse with me, which most actors at his stature
Yeah.
don't do. So I went to his home, and he had his script laid out. He had notes on both sides of the script.
Wow.
And we rehearsed every single scene of the film as well. And since I'm directing as well, it was super helpful to me, because as an actor, it's difficult to direct yourself. So I
Right.
wanted to rehearse the scenes as much as I could with Pepe before we got into set, so I could, concentrate on other factors. But he was a joy. He was an absolute joy. He had a great sense of humor. Actually corralling him on the set is probably the most difficult thing. A lot of actors of his stature, they like to stay in their trailer. They don't like to bother people. Not Pepe. He likes to
Yeah.
bounce around. He likes to talk to the guy in craft services.
Very personable.
Yes, yes. So, but that's probably, again, there's so many wonderful things that he's done, but to me, the first thing that jumps out is the fact that he was willing to go to such great lengths to give me that effort in a short film.
Right.
I'd never done anything with him before, of course, and it was my first directing, my first directing gig. So,
Really.
God
your
bless Pepe.
That is an amazing story. Is
Yeah.
that your first directing
mm-hmm.
job on set
Mhm.
is with Pepe
Pepe
Serna?
Serna, yeah.
That is such a good. That's a good feeling. I can only imagine.
Do you feel like you're like good friends with him at this point, since you guys have worked, at least at that moment, you guys worked
Absolutely.
so closely together?
Absolutely. We've actually been to a couple of film festivals now. Him and his wife, Diane, who I imagine he did mention you to her.
Yeah.
Yes. You can't meet Pepe and
Right,
not
right.
spend any time with him when I'm talking about his wife. But we've been to a festival in South Beach in Miami. We all flew in together. We hung out together. Certainly this festival, we drove in from Palm Springs together.
Right.
So we become, I hope he feels the same way, but very good, close, dear friends. He's a lot of fun. He's very inspirational. So as long as he'll have me around, I'll be around.
Well, fantastic, Ken. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much, guys.
And is there anything that you want to promote? Do you have a business or somewhere that people can find your work? or-
Sure. The name of our production company is called Vincero Pictures. It's spelled Vincero Pictures.com. If you go to VinceroPictures.com, we have a slate of other projects that we're working with. Of course, this one is first thing on our plate, and then
Right.
the feature that we want to expand into. That's next. But we have a few other projects that we're working on. But you can check us out.
I love
We
it.
have an Instagram page as well, Disco Beats Movie, and then of course my Instagram page is Ken Arkelio. Check them both out. If you
Yeah.
can follow along and see what we're doing.
To all of our listeners, go check out the work that he has done and the work he is planning on doing. Ken, once again, it's been a pleasure for you to come on with us here on the Curbcast in front
appreciate it.
of the Jim and Linda Lee Performance Arts Center for the 15th Annual Prescott Film Festival.
Glad to be here.
It has been an amazing joy to have you on.
Thank you, guys.
And we'll be back with another guest
Thank you,
in
guys.
just a little bit.
Welcome back to Curbcast, folks. We have a new guest on here. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Josh Orlando. I'm a director of photography. I own a studio here in Prescott, and I do educational speaking and presenting, and I teach in classrooms, different stuff like that. Yeah.
Fantastic. I love it. I love it.
I make film also.
So you're here for the 15th Annual Prescott Film Festival then, right?
That is correct. Yeah, we're screening a short film that we did for the Flagstaff International Film Festival.
Yeah, the State
called-
48, right?
Yep. A short film called Shady Lanes. And we were fortunate enough to win the cinematography award,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
which was super cool.
That's
So,
amazing.
yeah.
This guy actually taught me.
Back in high school? Yeah. I heard
do
that
some-
you...
I do some educational stuff too.
yeah, look
Yeah,
at you.
a
You're
little bit.
well-rounded.
Well, I try to keep I try to keep my figure, but
wa-
thanks.
Well, it happens.
Yeah,
you
that it
slip
does.
up.
That it does.
No, that's
Boy-
really cool. So what
Boys
is
gotta
it?
eat.
What is it that you do in like the educational system that you help with or?
I have a few different functions. I started out by helping to rebuild some of the facilities here in Prescott. We, my company, designed and rebuilt the television station that
Oh, nice.
we started a broadcast program, which that's where you were.
Yep, that's where I was. He, you guys basically built the whole. We have a film class, for those of you who don't know. He basically built the whole studio for that. I'm pretty sure you and your.
The middle school
Yeah.
and
we
the
also,
high school, right?
We also wrote all the original curriculum for it, and then a lot of the productions that came in when you and your engineer and a lot of the other folks that have come through, we actually designed all that for them.
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
curriculum. So you
Mhm.
basically were teaching the classes and
I would say I would co-teach.
co-teaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys? Was that class a thing before you guys came, or was that because
So
you guys?
it was a number of years before, and then it closed down.
Oh, so
and-
you guys brought it back. You guys like,
We resurrected it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So you've been in film and broadcast media and this industry for how long exactly?
Oh gosh.
Pulling
Well,
back.
I would say I started professionally when I was 19.
Okay.
So I'm 46 now. So what does that make it? 27 years?
Yeah, right around there.
Yeah.
I'm not mathing right now.
Yeah. No,
It's
I'm,
a
I'm approximating.
free balling.
Keep your pants on.
Right. But in those 25 to 27 years,
Yeah.
really, what has been your main? What are you striving for? Are you striving to do more long-form featured films? Are you striving to continue in building education around said industry? What has been the driving factor throughout the last 20 years of your career?
The driving factor is I had 3 kids, so that's been kind of my focus. Is I came back from LA and just kind of tried to spend time with my kids and raise them, and still kind of keep my foot in the industry. I can say that definitely helped me move towards education and some of those kind of things. But my focus really is on storytelling and technical filmmaking, and I think that's why I've been able to branch off into a number of different things. Is definitely when I was a younger filmmaker, I was very, very, very technical for that period of time. I kind of would pride myself on the fact that I was there when film started to give way to digital, and so I was on the front side of that, and I learned basically digital top to bottom. And so I've grown
on the forefront of it.
Yeah, well, and I had done analog professionally. I had a multinational syndicated Bible show in like 60 countries.
Oh, wow.
That we used to do. We shoot on Betacam, and I did all the linear editing and stuff. That stuff's no more. So, I came from that. I did the whole transition from analog to digital.
So you saw that switch over, and then kind of tried to be more of a master of this new technology that was incoming.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like you guys, when you're younger and you're like immersed in, if you find something like this and you become really immersed in it, I think, like in your generation, you guys have cell phones. You have certain digital aspects that allow you to be better at things than us old guys, you know. And I think there was a point at which I was in that transition, and that transition was from film to digital.
Right.
So I just had a lot of leg up, and I definitely saw it as like, oh, this is where it's going, and I bet on it, and here I am. Sure.
So just hearing you speak, every time you tell a story, you're doing a different thing every time. So what all do you do right now currently?
Yeah.
And what have you done in the past? What are some of the more interesting things as well?
Right now it seems, I've kind of gone through the learning, and I'm always learning, so I'll say that. But I've gone through the heavy learning, and I think the part of my career that I'm in is like the business side, where I'm actually like creating shows and being a showrunner and being a studio head, and then I own a few different companies that do a few different things.
Right.
And so what I've done is basically like parse my talents into these areas where I can market them as a business in and of themselves. So I'm focusing on that basically. Just basically like making it make sense. Like we do a lot of live show stuff. I'm a very big live show guy. I do a lot of broadcasts, a lot of sports. I'm a musician.
I was just gonna say you also do music, right?
I play probably like, I don't know, probably like 5 or 6 times a month. Sometimes it's out of control. I'll play 5 or 6 times in a fucking week.
So this is
Pardon that.
Yeah. This is what they call a Renaissance man. And I believe that's the term for it.
Just like a misguided soul trying all of it. More the thing there.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Focus though is to take all these skills and like make them make sense in terms of like, as a filmmaker, at some point you got to come to terms with the fact that you're gonna have to retire and make money and pay for healthcare and 401ks and stuff like that. So you get to that point where it's like, I have to make money doing this.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, fortunately for me, I think having kids really, really young put me in a position to understand that I have to make money.
Yeah.
I had to make money, so.
Lights a fire under your ass. Like,
I
in a
mean,
sense.
it's just a different world, and I had my first kid when I was 18.
Oh,
right.
So like.
That's younger than us.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so imagine, younger, super young kid. Yeah, no, it's tough. Super young kid trying to be a filmmaker, and so I've just been really blessed. I've had a really, really charmed
Yeah,
film career. So
100%.
Would you say most of your driving factor throughout your life was your children and just having them, and that sort of gave you like more of a motivation?
no. No, 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 no. So the main math problem is that I do all these. I'm an artist.
Right.
I make whatever. I try to get my hands on all kinds of stuff. I mean, I make fine art. I play music. I make film. I design programs and curriculum, and I shoot feature films, short films. As you can imagine, I don't sleep very much. Still, but
Right.
I would say that just making sure that I kept my eye on the prize and I could be a filmmaker, be an artist. And then I'm telling you, the kid part is like the exponent. Is like that
Right.
number at the part that's at the top that you're like, oh, I need to do this like 5 times as much as the normal person. So is it the motivating factor? No, I think if I would have had that as my motivating factor, I might have burned out and like been angry at my kids or something.
Right,
Whereas like
right.
it was more about creating an environment that I could raise my kids in and like keep doing this, and
Yeah.
they kind of like come up in it type thing.
And
And
s-
so
And as an artist too, I think that anyone who has or has that feeling that they are an artist and there is an artist inside, throughout your life, your main goal is to keep that art alive that you're building and you're making.
right.
So it seems like you're doing that through all sorts of different outlets
Mhm.
to try and push out what it is that you have inside.
Yeah.
And you worked through so much early on that now it's opened up and it's freed. So my last question for you, what I want to end off is like going forward in the future, what are these goals and aspirations that you have? What does it look like with art, with film, with the film work that you do, with the live? How do you want to put it all together, or do you want to focus on one thing? What does the future look like as the artist Josh?
Well, my focus has always been a filmmaker.
Mhm.
So I have a number of features that I've originated myself, and so as I get older, I think I'm going to start moving towards making my own features.
Mhm.
I think the early part of my filmmaking career was about learning how to make it,
Right.
learning the technicals, learning how to manage sets, manage the business side, deal with contracts, make the money.
Mhm.
And now it's time to use all those, package it into a system where I can make my own films.
Pick up the
So
paintbrush.
so that's the film side.
Mhm.
Education wise, I'm trying to create a system of studios in our local schools here where you could come in at middle school, go to high school, come to this college,
Right.
and you could come out and work.
Right,
Like
right.
you guys have kind of been through my program. So like I want it to be where you can come right off the floor and you know what you're doing to be able
Right.
to like make film. So making that happen is like a big priority in
Mhm.
the education. Being a DJ is just it's like a joke. It's like a joke almost
Right,
for
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Like I can't believe it ended up going like this.
Yeah.
I used to break,
Uh-huh.
and then
Like break dancing?
yeah,
Right?
yeah. But breakers, we only have so many like old timers days, and so like based on just growing up breaking, I've always wanted to keep the essence of hip hop alive.
Yeah.
It's very important to me, and so I looked at some of the other elements of hip hop. Coming up breaking, and I also graph.
Right,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
also do a number of different things that are hip hop related. Those are probably
Mhm.
my two, my big ones now those were my big ones, and then they led into DJing because I couldn't dance anymore.
Was
So
break dancing and graffiti.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But then when I couldn't break competitively anymore, so I started spinning records.
Yeah.
And that was like just a way to keep up with
Keep
the
in the
culture,
scene.
to
Yeah,
keep my
yeah.
love for it, that kind of thing. I DJ for an IFL local
Right,
team.
yeah, yeah.
I have this ridiculous. It's like a Super Bowl ring from when they were the World
Yeah, yeah.
Championships.
That's the Northern Arizona Wranglers, right?
Yeah. So So this, I don't know if I want to just like let it out of the bag on Curbcast.
Oh.
But I'm kind of working on a deal right now where I'm trying to make it to where, 'cause I've done that for 5 years with the team, where I could potentially be like a traveling DJ for the IFL.
Oh,
And I wanted,
so like
I
by
want to
the
like
league.
like break new music and like try to get artists
yeah,
and mostly artist rep agencies to send me music and pay me. But also the IFL, try to help them expand a little bit. I really like it. I did a lot
Yeah.
of broadcast for them. I've gotten you guys.
Yeah,
through
most
the
of
door.
our crew has actually worked in that IFL arena.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Thank you, Mr. Orlando.
yeah. So that's the idea with that is like I really would like to try to create a scenario where like I'm using my position to break new music, and it's cool because I have like this captive audience of like
Right.
stadiums of like 3,000 people.
People are gonna be there.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
They know what's on TV. It's streamed. And we've got a really fantastic broadcast crew over
Yeah.
there. Shout out to everybody on the IFL Wranglers crew.
Right? 2024's best.
I thought 2022 was the
Yeah.
best, but that's me.
It's all right. You can't
So-
win them all, but
Yeah. So let's see. That's the music. We went to the live. I got the filmmaking for you. As far as art goes, that has transferred over into designing toys.
yeah.
So,
What?
and-
I haven't heard about this.
yeah.
You don't know about this? You don't know about the toy company?
No.
So I have a toy company that I've been designing toys for a while, and then I've dropped a significant amount of money on 3D printing to
Oh,
turn
for
my
manufacturing.
garage into a 3D
Yeah, yeah.
printing thing and print my own toys.
Oh my gosh, it's like you don't have enough stuff going on.
Well, that's why you got to build it. I built it all in my
Right.
house.
Yeah,
like if you've
yeah.
ever been to my house, well, you've been to my
Yeah,
house,
yeah,
obviously.
obviously.
You've been there too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
true. Okay, so if you guys, you guys have all been to the house. Yeah, so you know the house is not a house; it's a studio.
It's a 100% a studio.
Yeah, it's you walk.
Kitchen space.
yeah.
It does. I mean, you got to be able to make lunch and
got a
have a
microwave.
drink every
Yeah,
once in a
yeah,
while when
right.
you're just slammed full of all this studio gear.
Right. Right.
It's like I think that's one of the funniest things is like
I got
I've had to
home.
build it. I have so little time, so I can't travel to places. I got to build it all at my house, so I can be like, I wake up and then
You go to all three of your jobs in
Oh,
the same place.
bro. I get out of my bed, I make some coffee, and my filing office is in my
Right.
room. So I get up, do a little bit of accounting.
Yeah.
And you jump out, and then maybe I'll spin some records or listen to music for a set or something like that. And then usually it's like tutorials for a little while.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like almost always
Learning.
happening. It's almost always
Constant
happening at
learning.
our house. Like we're almost always learning. So
Well, I love it. I love it.
tutorials, and I don't know, dude. It's
There's a whole lot of work to be done,
yeah,
right?
It's constant. It's
Well, it
constant.
sounds like you got some big things ahead of you, and I just want to say good luck on those,
Thanks.
on
I
all
appreciate it.
those inquiries that you're making on those.
You guys too. This is great.
Yeah.
This is a pretty amazing format. I like. You don't really see this all that much. I mean, for you at home that haven't seen this thing,
right? Gonna
this
have
guy's
to
got
come.
like truss and like lights.
Yeah.
And
Gonna have to come check
it's a
it
lot
out.
of. It's not. It's like kind of an awful lot of stuff.
Right.
Seems. I don't know.
Well,
Good job,
we're very,
guys. I mean,
we're
it's,
very lucky to be sponsored by some really great people. So that's all we can say.
yeah. I need to get.
Whoever they
I
are.
need to get to know those people.
Whoever they are.
I need them
They're
to pay
out
me.
Well, Josh, it's been a pleasure having you on here
Yeah, sure,
on the
thank you.
Curbcast. Yeah.
Tim, it's good to see you again. Are you gonna keep making? You gonna keep making film?
Okay. I'm moving
Gotcha.
comics.
Yeah, right?
You moved to comics?
Yeah. Here, let's.
We'll talk.
Yeah,
offside.
yeah,
I got.
we're
I
gonna
got
have
something
to
really
cut this
cool
one.
to tell you off camera.
off
But,
mics.
yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for coming on, and we'll be back right after this break here on the Curbcast.
Hi, welcome back to Curbcast. I am joined here with
Eris Underhill.
Eris Underhill, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So how are you doing these days, Eris?
Oh man, it's rough. I've been,
Working hard.
living the indie filmmaker dream of busting my ass and not getting paid enough for it.
Right. So I hear you're working on a feature. Could you tell me a little more about that?
Well, I am working on a feature right now. I'm also directing a feature. but-
Oh, I'm more interested in the directing.
Oof, I'm not. Just kidding, guys. I love directing. It's so fun. Anyway, no, it is fun. It's been definitely a challenge to learn to kind of stay in my lane, and I have a crew for a reason,
Right.
and that they know what they're doing.
Right.
Because I'm so used to just making shorts with my friends, and I'm the one-man band,
Right.
camera, sound, making sure everything's how I want it.
Well, specifically, and we had film class together. For
Right.
those of you who don't know, specifically in that class, you were like the golden child. And anytime there was a project, everyone would just instantly like, I want to be on Eris's group because
Yeah.
you were.
And it's, the film program has been going through some tough times with the transition of instructors, I would say. So, you got to give everyone a grace period. But
Right.
I was fortunate enough to had already, worked on films and
Right.
worked in studios. So I'd had some experience. So I figure, I've had great opportunities given to me, and I would like to give as many
Right.
opportunities to my peers as I can. So
Right.
trying to help you guys out, teach some things. Hopefully I did. I don't know. But
Yeah, we did a lot. You and me, you were like my guy. I was a personality.
Yeah.
We were like a 2-man show, but I was just like on
The
camera. You
OG
were
Tim time, guys.
OG Tim Time. I used to. For those of you who don't know, I used to have I did the announcements at my school, and I had a segment called Tim Time, and it was just me on camera and Eris doing everything else. She would edit. Most of the time she'd record. Maybe sometimes we'd have
I
someone
definitely did. After I think the second season of Tim Time, second year in, I backed off a little, and you kind of had your camera crew going, so that was good. But I honestly, doing Tim Time
Was
and
so
coming
fun.
up with intros, my favorite part of the class. I felt like I got to be creative.
else. That was so fun. The intros
We
were just
had some really
ridiculously
good.
good.
Ones. We had some really good
Ridiculous. Were you a part of that? What was that feature called that we have mentioned a few times that won the award at that fest in
ones.
Flagstaff?
Shady Lanes.
Were you a part of Shady Lanes?
I did direct Shady
You
Lanes.
directed?
I did direct.
That was your role.
Yeah.
How was that? Was it?
That was super fun. That was my first 48 hour. I really wanted to do one for a couple years now. I've been
Right.
like, I'm ready to do it. And so we found out kind of late. I think there was only 2 weeks before we actually started that we found out. So I think we pulled it off. We had meal sponsors, catering. We had the Plaza Bowl
Right.
allow us to film in all of their facilities and stay after they closed.
Right.
So shout out to the employees that stayed with us, but it was really fun. I definitely did not sleep at all for those 48 hours, but it was worth it. I think our team did really good, and I'm really proud of everyone, and I'm really grateful that it was such a good opportunity to connect the community and
Right.
for young filmmakers who haven't really worked on anything but want to start, and that was a great starting spot. So.
Well, and you guys won the cinematography award, didn't you?
Yeah, we won Best Cinematography. Josh Orlando was our DOP. And I'm very specific with how I like my films to be lit. I'm a very colorful person.
Wes Anderson over here.
I love some harsh lighting, not gonna lie. Colors for sure, but we pulled noir actually.
Noir.
We pulled noir, so it was completely black and white.
That's awesome.
And he actually did a great job at still giving me what I wanted. It was harsh, two-tone lighting, very noir, but that was perfect. It was what I wanted. And he is the gaffer on my other feature that I'm
You're talking
directing.
about Josh Orlando?
Yes.
Okay. Continue, sorry.
Yes, he's gaffing on my feature. We were calling it Aota as of now, temp name. But he's done a great job at giving me what I want and just, all the lighting. Because I'm doing a serious thriller, so you can't... For this story, I feel like it's not great for me to have good lighting and things like that, but he's making it happen, even though it's probably not too important to the story.
Well, I know you guys collaborate a lot. Where could we find specifically? I'm so sorry, I keep forgetting the name. Shady
Lanes.
Shady Lanes. Where could we find something like that? Do you guys have like a YouTube channel, or have you guys not posted that yet? Or?
We actually were waiting to post it until this week because it just premiered at the Prescott Film Festival.
Right.
So we've been holding off on it, but it will be posted soon. I'm not sure whose YouTube channel it's going up on, but we have a couple different ones. We'll probably, I'm sure there might be a link on Curbcast, question mark?
Curbcast, guys.
I know, these guys over here, they got to get on top of it. They're social media person. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, she's they, whoever they might be.
I don't know who they are, but
Yeah, they
I
need
don't
to.
know. They need to step up their game. I'm telling them right now.
Right.
Right now. It's not good. It's
Yeah.
not looking good. But yeah, this is cool.
I just feel like, just like our previous guest, our previous guest,
You have a
Josh.
hard time?
I'm doing great.
Okay, you
I'm
are
doing
doing great.
great.
You look wonderful. And you sound wonderful.
Thank you. Our previous guest, Josh Orlando.
Mhm.
You guys, both of you, you just do so much. You guys are just everywhere, just
We're
bouncing off the
running
walls.
around. I've been in Mesa, all around Phoenix, actually, this entire month on a feature, but I keep having to come back to Prescott and work different jobs here, so I'm all over the place. I'm very sleep deprived,
Right.
but it's worth it. So,
Well, I don't really have much to add. I mean, I do have a question.
okay.
Do you thrive in this sort of like, I don't know the word, sporadic, almost like just like lots of things going on at once?
Absolutely. I cannot sit still, and I can't just like do the same thing repetitively.
Right.
Like I love the constant changing, and
And
some days
the
are
chaos.
some days are really really hard, and some days are super easy. And
Right.
the balance, but the chaos is
The chaos.
it's what
the
I need.
fire.
Yeah, I definitely thrive in the high stress, but momentarily high stress environments.
Right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. This
Of
has been a great
course.
talk, and I'll catch you next time.
Alrighty, bye guys.
And that is a wrap for episode 15 of the Curbcast. It's been great. We've had some great guests here at the Jim and Linda Lee Performance Art Center for the 15th Annual Film Festival.
Crazy. It's been such a great night, and we did one just Wednesday on the opening day. We're doing it on the closing day, so we had so much fun. But before we go, we're going to have to say thank you to some of our fantastic sponsors out there, like the TBD Crew, which is a community group that gives our town of Prescott some fantastic vibes and fun activities like live music, performances, talent shows, raves, and so much more.
And we also want to thank the Alzheimer's Association. The Alzheimer's Association is committed to leading the way to end Alzheimer's and all other dementia by accelerating global research, driving risk reduction and early detection, and maximizing quality care and support right here in our own community.
I love it. As well as the Western Heritage Center, which is downtown museum dedicated to preserving the Western roots of our town of Prescott. They are located on 156 South Montezuma Street, right along Whiskey Road. Go check them out and experience what Prescott has to offer.
As well as we would like to thank the Ian Russell Art Gallery. Come check out Ian Russell Art Gallery, located on 130 South Montezuma Street, and marvel at some of the fantastic artwork. It's really great. Art is a great thing.
It is beautiful in there. And last but not least, the reason why we're here, the Prescott Film Festival, celebrating its 15th annual celebration of film and the industry in this town. And it's just been wonderful the
It's just
whole
been great.
week. Different showings at different theaters, fantastic short films entered, student films, and just so much bringing to the town of Prescott.
Yeah.
So, big
And-
shout out to them.
I think it's just a great thing, too. There's
Yeah.
a lot of good programs at YC that could connect straight to the film festival. So,
Right.
yeah.
And lead to future careers in the film industry as well. So I just want to thank them and thank all of our sponsors for this episode because it's been great, as well as Pepe Serna for coming out.
And last but not least, thank you for watching.
All of our listeners, gotta thank them. I love it. And we'll be back sometime, somewhere on the Curbcast for the next episode. But for now, we'll catch you
Catch you later.
on the flip side.